And it took me, hell, I'm not even going to say how many number of years. I was like you. I transitioned. I didn't find out there was another guy like me till I got on the internet.
Yeah.
So we're talking, early 90s, late 80s, whatever. And then I came back into the community because, this, it is. I now work at the LGBT Center in San Francisco. Come see me, okay?
All right.
Mike, I'm going to ask you if you can turn just a little bit so these folks can see you and also so the camera can catch you. What I was getting just now was that I was feeling a lot of pain. Sadness.
It's not pain. It's sadness from the fact that we're all people. When I came this morning, and I know a lot of people here. I came this morning and ran into Sarah right outside and a couple of friends outside. Came upstairs, walked around, and I'm the straightest looking dude in this whole hotel. So I'm walking around and I'm just checking out stuff, seeing who's here and stuff, and I walked down to where they have some of the booths and stuff down here. Saw somebody that I knew. They kind of, they were busy talking. They looked up, looked down, then looked back up, and the other people sitting there at the table were like, "What's this dude doing here?" And actually, the same thing happened kind of outside the door here. And sometimes it's kind of funny. It's even funny at the center. I'm at work. I'm the biggest ally there, man, for everybody. I do get it. And I get seen. We know each other from the center. Yeah, I've seen you there many times. I'm invisible to you. Well, I know, but probably in those 5 times I've seen you. But see how it works? I see a lot of people here today that I've, seen in and out of the building and everything.
So I'm getting.
Well, exactly. But the thing about it is, I am a person. I see you as a person. I don't go, if I see you walking down the street, I don't go, "Oh, there goes a Butch," or "There goes this," or "There goes that," or "There goes that." What?
Women see guys as a threat still. I'm sorry. I'm in somewhat of the same generation as you.
Okay. Let's slow this down. Let's slow this down just a moment. Hey, Sue.
No.
So I'm going to stop you. Okay, we can come back to this. I'm going to stop you and slow you down because I heard a sense of wanting to be seen. Is that correct, or?
I don't care how you see me because I've been called everything. Like you, I pretty much just think everybody's queer. I think that umbrella is just, where we need to be.
Okay, so would you say that it was a feeling of wanting to belong and a need for a sense of unity? To be part of that unity? A feeling of separateness and wanting more of a sense of unity?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I got that. I want to see if, Sue, would you be willing to reflect that back?
Mike, I totally get that sense of unity in a queer space that's multi-gendered.
And wanting to belong.
I also get that, like Leah said, some of us value another kind of space. And when trans guys that pass really good, I saw you both. I assume you're both trans guys because you're here. I didn't think you were some guy off the street. I've seen you at the center a million times. I'm there almost every Monday night. I don't know that I knew you were a trans guy one way or the, but whatever. I do assume that today.
So I want to, just because of the interest of time, I want to see if I can guess from what you said before what you were moving toward. If not, you can redirect me. But I'm wondering if what you were saying before about women's space, if that has to do with also wanting a sense of unity and a sense of belonging, and on top of that, a sense of safety.
Absolutely.
Okay. And Mike, would you be willing to reflect back what you heard Sue say just now about women-only space?
Oh, that they want to have their own space and feel safe there and everything. And I'm all for that too.
Do you get from what Mike said that he heard you and understood you?
Yeah, I want to go back to the thing about being seen if we have time. But yes, I definitely get that I mean, I do, most of the trans guys I know are very respectful of women-only space.
Okay, so we just have we've gotten to do a little bit of a taste of translating into feelings and needs. We've gotten a little taste of being able to reflect back to one another and feel heard and understood. So I'm going to ask you to take a couple minutes each, find a person next to you, and just talk from the heart, if you can, about what you're feeling, what you're needing, what you witnessed, and just listen to each other. A couple minutes each. I'll tell you when it's time to switch, and then we're going to come back and do a couple shares to the large group, and then we're going to wind up. Okay?
Yeah, right? Pick up the gaydar thing, which doesn't always work. How long ago you transitioned? A long time ago, I take it?
I thought I was the only guy. You know, like myself.
Sorry, trying to facilitate.
Oh, no.
Finish your thought, finish your sentence, and make a mental note of those pressing things. And please stop talking. Would anyone like to share a highlight from the shares that you just did? Angela?
Well, I was saying in the group that I'm really into inclusiveness, and I'm really into meeting, greeting, and including anybody that I see as queer on the street. And I want to do that, and I think I heard that from you. And then the other message that I've received sometimes from, I don't know, trans guys, F to Ms maybe, is that, you know, they're wanting to pass, and actually they don't want to be recognized as queer from me because I'm taking away from the choice that they've made. So I feel a little stuck because I want to include you as queer if you want to be included as queer, but I don't know how to identify that on the street because I'm not actually spending a lot of time looking at someone that to me can pass as a straight man. So I would love to hear more about how to do that.
I heard that the trans people, F to M, really want to be included and seen, and that maybe not for you, Mike, because you're closer to my age, but the youngers want to be, feel that we are elders and pave the way for them and would like us to be involved in their lives more.
I do not like to stereotype. Only because if I walk into a room, I'm just completely stereotyped two ways. One, because of color, and two, because of how I like to dress. So if I do approach or I meet somebody, I meet them at face value. And so if you treat me how I like to be treated, I treat you the same way, whether you're queer, male to femme, femme to male, so, or female to male. So for me, it's just, I just treat you the same way. And I don't really typically need to have a safe space because when I'm around you, I feel safe enough with numbers, and society themselves are attacking me, so I feel that we shouldn't attack ourselves.
I understand this need for women-only spaces that feel safe. I was there. I was one of those people back in the 80s and even up until the early 90s. And then what happened was I really began to kind of grapple with my own identity, which actually started when I was a very small child, and I decided at some point I was actually a lesbian, and then I come to realize I'm not really a lesbian. In fact, I don't even know what I am, to be perfectly honest. I know that I am more male identified than female, but although I'm living in a female body, and so I can present myself in whatever way I want into the world, basically. And what happened for me was I began to understand more about this whole transition thing and began to become much more open about having, you know, transition to people into the women-only spaces. A lot of them are with femme women who want to be in these spaces as well. And so I can kind of relate to what you're saying because I'm 57. I was there. I mean, you know, but as I've aged, I've become more in touch with my own needs and how they fit in, you know, with, I guess, a newer world, so to speak. I mean, things are changing. I mean, they're not like they were in the 70s and 80s by any stretch of the imagination.
Thank you. So I really want to thank everybody, especially panelists and people who were willing to speak, you know, from your heart. And this is just the beginning as far as I'm concerned. If you're interested in doing this kind of work with me, or, you know, people can take off from here on their own too, but let me know. Thank you all again.